Hey, it's your buddy. Hey, I wanna do another vlog. Oh, I didn't cut my hair. Wash myself. Anyway, this one is gonna be heterosexuals is some weak asses. Heterosexuals are some weak-minded. They are an inferior species. Okay, heterosexuals need to take need to have their right of procreation taken away from them because they don't know what to do with it. Heterosexuals, you know, maybe through some mutant gene they can make homosexuals from some gene mutations or some glowing green monkey tampering. They can make homosexuals fertile and make heterosexuals non-existent so that their bloodlines can end. So they would be naturally taken out by evolution. you know. I mean, really, you think about it. We've gotten to the point where let me say some things about marriage and my point. Marriage traditionally has always been about duty. Love will not keep your marriage together because there's some reason after somebody cheats on you or adulterate, love ain't gonna have nothing to do with marriage. You had to work on that so many years, it ain't funny. I remember when they used to make all those movies, whether or not a woman should forgive a man if he adulterates. Okay. But if we go, I said adulterate, yeah. So we go to, love has always traditionally marriage have always been traditionally about duty. There's a sense of duty when you make a vow. You do it in front of everybody. And you make a vow. There's very few things in life that we have to make a vow before public. And we have to make a vow before God and man. I'm going to tell you, the day they take the Bible out of the court system and you don't have to swear in, so help me God, I will be lying my ass off. You'll have to catch me in a lie. But as long as I have to put my hand on the Bible, it'll be like true serum. It'll be like Wonder Woman's golden rope. I'll be like, yeah, I did it. Did you snitch? Yeah, I called up as soon as I passed the house. They were smelling crack and stuff like that. They were trying to hook people in, and as soon as I took the number of the house and I snitched. Like how Bernie Mac said, you a punk if you snitch. He'll be like, ooh, he'll be in court being like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, what's your name? Punk. They did it. Gotta love Bernie Mac for that. I'm gonna try to do something on his birthday. Anyway, on his anniversary of this that. But anyway, so the story is I think it passed already. Anyway, I'm rambling. So when you make a vow to God, you use on a Bible and you in the church, that alone, anybody, like I said, anybody who don't get married in the church and don't make a vow to God, I can excuse them. For the divorce rate. For the divorce rate being just astronomical and so bad that two men could say we could do the marriage better than your sorry asses. I agree with I agree with homosexuals 100% when they say that. They say you lazy, sorrowful Fs. It's a wonder you can even have sex right. They say we don't have to even have good right sex and we can do it better than your ass. Straight up. You know, but when we lose a sense of duty, when we lose a sense of honor, when we lose a sense of obligation, when we lose a sense of vow and actually keeping your word among God, in the church, and you vow to love this, death do you part. You know what? You can say anything about my mom and dad, but death do they part. Now my father is free to do whatever he wants. But we've gotten to the point where and this thing about equality, if they could pull that man and a woman, obviously of differences, obvious, and you could say that they are equal, that just opened the door for all this other stuff. Man and a woman are not equal, they are different. Period. They are completely different. No way. I don't care if the basis of human civilization is dependent on me and I was the last man on earth to get pregnant. I ain't getting pregnant. If they figured out a way to do it, and get a man pregnant, and the whole civilization was based on me, I'd be like, into this bloodline right here. This is where it stops. The butt stops right here. Because ain't no way on God's planet that I would go through that kind of pain. Do you know a woman's body, her pelvic area, has cartilage in between it so that it can detach, like a snake's mouth. A snake mouth can detach. And so it can actually separate. A woman's bones in her hips can actually detach. When they say baby making hips, that's the real. Because their hips can actually detach so that a big ass baby can come through. Mine don't detach. That shit would kill me, excuse me. But anyway, so out of those differences, to say that we're equal, now a house divided can't stand. A house equally divided can't stand. So if you don't have one person in control, or have the last word, the authoritative last word, you know what? My father, father owns this house, right? He lives downstairs. I give him the right of way because he's my father. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's got the right of way. I don't care if he talk crazy. I give him the right of way. When actuality, if we was in New York, he wouldn't be above me. But he'd be in the mailroom probably somewhere, or steel worker, you know what I mean? And I'd be up in the executive office, right? So he would technically be under me. But when it came really down to it, my father, he would always be above me. He'd always be before me. Okay? So that's one of the reasons why God gave the man authority before the woman. Because if she was there, man would have no power. She would have said, yo, wait a minute. It would have, she would have divvied it up. Things would have been different. God had to even do this with, we can't wait until she get on the scene. We gonna have to wait to even put her on the scene, because if God would even had to do things differently. Anyway, so when I'm talking about sex, marriage, there's a sense of duty and love. It is not just about love. I'm telling you, marriage is not about love. Procreation is a sense of duty. When you make a vow in front of people, in front of God, in front of people, and everything, you have a sense of duty to your God, to your community, your family. You have to maintain your marriage for your family. That's your vow, and everybody else who is involved, and your community. So that's what it is about. It's stronger. It's not just about you. And the thing about it is, we got into this mentality, and I'll post this thing. We got into this mentality where it's just all about me. And if I'm not happy, then nobody else can be happy, and the marriage is gone. Your marriage, no wonder we have such a high divorce rate. We got it to women won't even have sex in the bed. They don't even have sex anymore. A man can't even say, hey, I want to have sex tonight. Well, I'll think about it. One of your duties in marriage is sex. You're not, you can't complain about the man stepping out if you're talking about, well, if I don't get this if I don't get this so and so or this new pair of shoes, or whatever or this new car, you can't have no sex. Then he gonna get right in this car and go to the next woman, and then you gonna be talking about divorce because of this. Now, I'm just bringing up that instance. Now I'm sure there's a lot of instances where men mess around, but because I'm not married, I'm going back to what I do know in the old days, and so that's that. And then, and this is why we have, which will lead to my next video, the situation about bloodlines. Women that won't give a man sex and think that they're equal and in every respect. When, if you don't have a man, you don't have kids, period. They're like, well, I can just option out. And see, and so now I don't need a man. And then this destroys the marriage. And that's what I'm saying. It's like all these other optioning outs. I can just go to a sperm bank. I can just go to adoption. And so when you go to a sperm bank, you don't know what you're getting. At least you do you married a damn fool. You don't know who sperm you get. That's my next video.